Hey everyone, Larry here, and welcome back to Hey, It's a Review. And today I'm going to be talking about Legacies, Season 4, Episode 5. Thanks for watching, and if you are new here, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Now, I think the best way to start off this episode really is hitting it off with what I thought was the funniest line from the beginning, and it was said by Rebecca. So just to give a little flashback, so in this episode, it's taking place after Rebecca came to find Hope, since Hope is now transitioned into this tribrid. She's awakened her vampire side, so Rebecca's there to help her, learn more about controlling that aspect of herself. So Rebecca's the one who says the line, "Country music is for garbage people." And I agree. One of the next things that happened in this particular episode, we go back to Ethan yet again, and he's bench pressing, and all of a sudden, as he's doing his bench press, his hand starts disappearing. So you may remember Ethan became some kind of, or really got some ability to become invisible, very similar to the Kamina lizard in Teen Wolf. And essentially his hand starts disappearing and the bar starts slipping. So is there something more going on here, or is this a new advancement of whatever Ethan has become? We will find out as we continue on. Caleb comes to the group to talk, and Lizzy flat out tells him that she does not trust him. And Caleb honestly deserved that. I'm not sure what he thought he was doing, where he went off on his own to make a plan with Malivore a few episodes ago. So he definitely deserves not to be trusted. Sorry. Caleb is still part dragon too, so interesting. One thing that we see in this episode is Hope saying to Alaric, "I am my father's daughter," and that's something that I thought was a nice line, because we often saw her, embrace Haley and how Haley, generally raised her, but to see her kind of also embrace that Michelson side of herself, in terms of "I am my father's daughter." I'm glad that we saw that it was Hope who actually kicked Alaric's ass and actually hurt him, as opposed to it being like a different monster that came and did that. I'm looking forward to seeing how this affects Hope moving forward, just because we've never seen her do this kind of level of violence, but she really was going in on Alaric, so who knows what's going to happen. In this episode as well, Lizzy and Josie are using their magic with MG's help to see more into the past of their father, because he's currently in a coma. Alaric is in a coma due to Hope's beating up of him. I hate Alaric. And not the actor, the character. But they get to see a bit more of the insight into their father's interactions and what he really felt and thought about Hope, and how he navigated incorporating her into the school and everything. And I thought that was really great for them to see, in particular because there'd always been some kind of jealousy there between Lizzy and Josie and Hope, and some resentment. So I think it's good for them to see things from their father's perspective, since he never shared that with them. So the episode takes us back to this bar, and we saw the bartender earlier in the episode when Rebecca had made that line about country music being for trash people, and I just had to say it again. But we see Hope, or the bartender really, it turns out he also is a vampire, and he's working for somebody who wants Hope. So wasn't sure who that was in the very beginning. So we'll come back to that whole scene. So then the episode then jumps to Lizzy finding her dad's favorite memory, and it was actually of Lizzy and Josie being born, whereas she thought it was going to be something involving Hope. So I think that was reaffirming for her to know that her and her sister are the most important people in Alaric's life, despite what they've always thought. Hope is interrogating the vampire bartender, and his seal starts burning after he starts talking to Hope about how the three original bloodlines of vampire, werewolves, and witches are the ones who are after her, the triad group. which is very interesting just because Malivore had talked to Cleo in previous episodes about how he wanted to know what weapon could kill the Tribrid, because there's never been one before. So I have a feeling those three bloodlines are the ones who probably do have that weapon. The episode continues with Lizzy inside of Alaric's mind, in that favorite memory at the hospital. And I think the show actually did this really beautifully, of like the lights down the hallway start turning off, to kind of symbolizing that Alaric is really gonna die. I can't believe they're gonna kill this guy. Like, I thought he was like a Matt Donovan, that he was just gonna live forever, but I think the show illustrated that very well, where it was slowly creeping up, turning off, and then Alaric is dead. And the big question that brings for me is, like, when and if Hope gets her humanity back. And we kind of learned that Hope didn't voluntarily turn it off. It just sort of happened, which had Rebecca concerned. But when and if Hope gets her humanity back, can she live with what she did? Alaric was essentially her father figure when, Klaus, Elijah, her true family was gone. So can she live with the fact that she killed him? And can Lizzy and Josie ever truly forgive her for that? I guess that's what we're going to have to find out. But thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.